Hi friends, I was fully intending on my comeback being slick and, always wearing makeup, looking good, feeling good, tidy, organised, just looking really professional. This is what I'm working with right now. Anyway, let's crack on with an update and I'll tell you what's been happening. Okay, pull up a chair, grab yourself a drink, buckle in. Let's begin. Okay, so where have I been? I disappeared rather abruptly because if you haven't seen my Instagram and my YouTube updates, my sister-in-law had an accident, a really nasty accident. She was pregnant and unfortunately, due to this accident, she delivered a little boy, and then he sadly, about an hour later, he passed away. So she was then in intensive care for, well, she literally, this was September, and she was moved out of intensive care the weekend, end of last week. She was moved out of intensive care, so she is making a decent recovery actually. She's had a breathing tube removed, and although she did, her heart stopped beating, she has made a really good recovery. She did have a heart attack and she did have a series of strokes while she was in resus, and and subsequently in her intensive care recovery. She has just been moved to a stroke ward. She has had her breathing tube removed in the last week. And she is able to, do some basic communications. She communicate her needs a little bit now. And she's recognising people, which is really good as well. So yeah, that's been amazing. That she has managed to come through, and, with the fact that she's alive, frankly, is incredible. Obviously, due to that, the family just rallied. We had to be there for my brother. He's got, he's grieving the loss of his son, and then he's trying to, be there for his partner, and also run a household with 3 young autistic children. So that was a lot. So we all had to, my mum and dad have got their health problems as well. His partner doesn't really have any family. She's got a good friend who has really stepped up, bless her heart. She's been there for everybody, and helped while trying to sort out her own family and deal with the fact her best friend has just been through this traumatic incident. Everybody did incredible. So we basically dropped everything and just rallied round my brother and the girls and did everything that we could to keep them ticking over. They're doing really well now. My brother is doing incredible. And yeah, so things are, she's been moved to a stroke ward. She's not in intensive care anymore. So although recovery is still going to be a long process, she's on the mend and the immediate danger is gone. So that's kind of taken the pressure off everybody a little bit. My brother's kind of found his rhythm a little bit now with going to the hospital and getting the kids ready for school and everything else. So we've all been able to take just a little step back. We're all still there for him, obviously. But yeah, so that's freed up a little bit of time. I have, as you can see, been renovating as well. Because I was able to take a step back from that. God, so much has actually happened. Built a greenhouse as well in that time and got that up and running. Have so many plants in there right now. And renovated my daughter's room completely. Like, when I say renovate, I don't just mean redecorate. I mean we've put up a new ceiling and filling and plastering and painting, and and all those things, and then all brand new furniture, and then taking everything out and putting everything back in. We've built a custom desk for her to fit in the space. So we've done all of that. That's finished. That's been finished about 4 or 5 days now. I've just been lazy, frankly, and not put, with half term and the kids being off, we just kind of, it went on the back burner a little bit. And now she's at work, so she's slowly putting things back in, you know, finding where they need to go. It is all being cleared out today because I have work to do and I must get on. So today's work is basically going to be clear this. I won't film that. I won't bore you with it. It's just me moving boxes. But yeah. So what else has happened? Built a greenhouse. B is doing much better, so we stepped back there. Renovated. And right, so then I have broke a tooth. because it's just not enough, is it? It's not enough. This year's been going too well, so it's just going to bundle it all on. It's fine. I'm okay with it. It's, the dentist has filed it down. I am going to have a crown. And I am very grateful that I am in the position, thanks to cash stuffing and budgeting, that I can pay for a white crown, because it's sort of here. It's very prominent in my mouth. So I've got to go in for that in a couple of weeks. Next week. What are we on? Thursday. Not next week, the week after. And then literally that's for to get all like the impression and everything. And then the actual crown is being fitted on the Tuesday before I fly to Norway on the Friday. So kind of really fine. But yeah, so we've got that. And then the reason that everything is a mess today, and I said like I was going to come back and it was going to be slick and it was going to be pretty and beautiful and professional. And it's just not. One, it's because that's not me. Let's be honest. This is me in my tracksuit and, you know, slicked back hair because it needs a wash and, you know, broken teeth and stuff. But my son has had a very bad tooth. October last year is when it first started giving him problems. So it's been just over a year. Now, he has profound autism and he does not like any kind of medical appointments of any kind. We are at the point now, his school has been fabulous and they have been able to, like, I'm trying to think of the word, like condition him, get him used to, acclimatize him to having, you know, things put in his mouth, a rubber glove in his mouth, and having the little mirrors and the dental tools in his mouth. So we have been able now to, well, for one, it's made brushing his teeth a lot easier because he's happy to have people around his teeth now, and that's why he had the cavity in the first place, because we had he had that fear and anxiety of things being in his mouth. So he was referred to from the community dental team, which are the team that go into his school, his special needs school, and they do, you know, it's a oh my God, words. They do not appointments. What is the word? Examinations. Got there in the end. They do just a basic examination. They don't do any treatment or anything, but they just, you know, check as best they can and get kids used to having a dental exam. So that has been life-changing because now we have managed to get him to our local dentist. The community dental team put him in to have this tooth extracted under general anaesthetic because it's the only way we're going to be able to do it. He will not have any kind of, you know, even putting him out for a general anaesthetic, they're going to have to mask him with gas and air first and knock him out with the gas and then get a cannula in him. There's no way they're going to do it otherwise. So they put him forward for that in October. We did the paperwork for it in April this year, like the first lot of paperwork ready to prep him to finish the referral, and then we had heard nothing at all. So our local dentist decided, well, that's not good enough. He keeps getting infections in this tooth. He's in a lot of pain. It's causing distress for him. It's causing distress in the household with my autistic daughter who can't handle the noise of him crying, and then it spirals. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to deal with. So he put in another referral. Are you keeping up with this? To our local hospital to do a tooth extraction under general anaesthetic. Now, the community dental team said they will be able to, while he's out, with our permission, they can take x-rays, because we can't even do an x-ray. They'll do x-rays, they'll do blood tests, any other teeth that need treatment, filling, they can clean and polish, they can do everything while he's under. The referral to our local hospital is they will take out that tooth, they will knock him out, take out the tooth and wake him up. That's it. They won't touch anything else, they won't look at anything else, nothing. Which is fine, we just need that tooth out, really. It would be nice to do other stuff at the same time to save him the stress in future, but, you know, c'est la vie. So we'll take what we can get. And then that was taking forever as well. So we decided, let's look up private, how much will it be? And it turns out, actually, the initial consultation was £250. And then the operation will be around 3,000, depending on like what needs doing, what, you know, when he get in there, if he needs more or less or something. Do you know what I mean? It's if there's more work there that needs to be done, if he needs to stay overnight for any reason, obviously the cost will go up. We have the savings for that. Thanks to my cash stuff in and budgeting, we can afford it. And we decided, you know what? It's sitting in the bank, not really doing much. It's earning a bit of interest. But he's more important. He's way more important. He can have all our money as long as he's feeling better. So we went, you know what, let's go for it. We made the appointment on a Friday, and I shit you not, I got a phone call the following Tuesday from our local hospital to be like, oh, we've had a cancellation. Can James come in? And I was like, oh, look, it's going to save £3,000. Let's just go, see what they say. So it turns out that it's just another appointment to fill in the paperwork for the operation. And we still don't know how long that operation is going to take. I mean, we did the initial paperwork for the other one in April. And did we do it in October? I think we might have done it in October. So it's been over a year for community dental. And so we went, look, we'll just go to this appointment, we'll see what they say, and then if they're going to go ahead and it sounds like pretty quick, we will cancel the private one. We didn't cancel the private one because it sounds like, again, it's going to be another year or more wait. And I had a phone call this morning that has just defeated me, and I just give up, and I don't know what to do, honestly, and I feel like crying about it. The hospital, the private hospital, will accept my son as a patient with his profound autism and limited verbal, skills. He has no functional communication. Like, he can't have a conversation with you. He can't tell you how he feels. If you say to him, are you okay? Is this okay? His automatic response is yes, even if it's no. He'll say yes. So he has no functional language, though he can speak. And the secretary was very lovely, and she said, look, the hospital will take patients. They will say that we can take them. But for people and patients with cognitive development issues and, diagnoses like autism, dementia, anything like that, ultimately it comes down to the surgeon and the anaesthetist. And they don't believe, given the information that we have for your son that you have provided for us, we don't believe that we have the staff and support and the infrastructure that he would need to be able to have a successful operation and recovery. Which is fine. I completely appreciate that. It's a niche. You know what I mean? Like, there's not many. I consider myself to have autism. I'm not diagnosed. My daughter has autism. Now, that would be very different because you can explain to her and she can understand what's going to happen. She might not comply, but she can understand and kind of process what's happening and tell you what the issue is or what she's feeling and how she's feeling, or, and there's things you can put in place. My son can't do that. So I understand that completely. And she said, ironically, he could do the operation. He's a consultant at our local hospital and he could do a private one there, who do have the support and the infrastructure and the equipment and everything that he would need. But he's only allowed to do private operations at weekends, and they don't have those particular support staff and everybody available at weekends. So now nothing. We can't even pay, we can't pay someone thousands of pounds privately to do this operation on my son. We've just got to wait, and either he goes to a London hospital under the community dental team, because that's the thing, his BMI is too high now, a year later, for the community dental team to have him as an outpatient at their local Essex hospital. So he'll have to be sent to London, and with his autism and his sensory issues that he has, that's not an option for us. He's not gonna cope in, I don't think he's not going to cope with the travel up to London. He'll be so dysregulated that he's not going to settle unless, I would say unless we go to like a hotel or something the day before, but even then he's not in his own home, so he's too unsettled, so it's not going to work in London. And we thought paying for something here would be easier, because we can just take him in the car and drop him off, and well, not drop him off, obviously we'd go with him, but yeah, so that's where we're at. So that's where I am at. I am coming back. I am going to clear all of this today. I'm just looking at my clock on my little countdown timer on my phone. I do not have a lot of time left. This has been a very long, very talky video. But I will leave you with this. I am making a Christmas box. It is coming very, 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 very soon. All of the designs are finished, and I just need to clear out this space today so that I can get in here tomorrow and start filming. So I'm going to leave this video here. It is already like super long and super chatty. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around on my channel if you're still here, and I will catch you in my next video. Oh, I got so close to the end of that, and my phone just went, I'm out of storage. So yeah, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around as well and being subscribed to the channel. I know that I have been quiet for a long time and not very active. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Take care.